As long as I'm better above you, as long as I'm making it and you're still feeling less than, we're cool. But as soon as you start thinking you're equal to me, then we got a problem. We've got the money mongrels who used to be on Instagram. I never really could quite understand how these Instagram people operated, because I never really wanted to be a part of that group. It's just bizarro to me where and how you would make those photos, why you would make those photos, how that would inspire anyone, and how the hell you would get to 40,000 followers on an Instagram. Until TikTok showed up and I realized it was a network. Meaning they're all in some weird secret networking club. So they're the rich anyways. They're already rich, but they want to be more rich. And so before they were just doing photos with some short videos every now and then, but now they're on TikTok, and it's worse than ever because they have more volume over on TikTok. Burning sensations in the chest, going after millions of dollars worth of men, showing their fake tits and their skinny waists. I still can't figure out how you're eating that much and you're not at least 124 pounds, which is how much I weigh. I weigh 124 pounds. And I eat fruit, and I eat vegetables, and I eat protein, and I eat lettuce. I'm telling you right now, you are all being brainwashed by them. Brainwashed into believing that you are not enough, that you are ugly, when the only difference is they have the capabilities to go get their eyebrows done, their hair done, their makeup on, and some really fancy clothing. And then they've learned tactics on skunking you, which is the hidden talent. The reason they chase Gary Vaynerchuk is only because of me. Because I am so in love with him that they can sense it. Meaning he divorced his wife for me. Hear me on that one, Lizzie bitch. Gary Vaynerchuk divorced his wife for me. Meaning he was so he was in love with me from the very, very beginning. But he wasn't going to do anything about it until AJ said something to him. Because none of the family even liked her either. So when he won the bowl and he showed me his hand with no ring on, and I was in California 2 years ago, I thought, oh my gosh, for real? And so I was lying on that couch that night looking down at his and AJ's photo, which is the moment I realized that AJ is the one that talked him into it, because he did another one of those 5 movements with no ring on. Hello? Because it took me a little while to figure it out. And when he started kissing me on the couch telepathically with astral projecting himself, I was like, what in the hell is going on here? And then that's when the violence really began. That first day he was calling me his wife. Because that's how in love we are. What's the other thing? The NFT sector was the next step of psychosis, psychotic. So you have to remember that it's a networking of a mob. So I'm a psychic, which means I'm not perfect in all of it, but there's like different perspectives on the contract work that Gary's been up to. On one level, it's for the United States of America to expose these foreigners, like the Persians. Okay? So exposing these Persians to their mystique of psychotic that they've been putting on Americans. Because y'all are ignorant, y'all. You claim to be this free country. You claim to be so open, but you really aren't. You know, I noticed that when my friend from Turkey talked to me about what it was like to be in Germany and her ability to talk about the cultures, and I just really got it, you know, how we're so secluded from other cultures and other countries that we have our one set mind of how things are. Not everyone is like you, United States of America. None of them are like you. I don't know why I talk so loud. God, why are you talking so loud? Let's see. There's the politics aspect that was going on. So we're looking at the Democratic Party infiltrating the media. They're infiltrating I'm talking about the real media, like the media on TV, but then they were also infiltrating the social media accounts. So I believe that they had contacted certain individuals to pay them to go after certain individuals, especially Gary Vaynerchuk, because he really is in the forefront of mass influence. So first you have my support, which then makes him feel more empowered. He finally has someone who loves him for just as he is. I would actually rather have that guy who goes and does eBay at the house in some 3-bedroom house or something, and then he does eBay for a living. Or worked at the liquor store with his dad. I'd rather have that guy from 2008 or whatever it is than whatever was happening in the cans, okay? I don't even know who that person is. Then you've got the women contacted by the government to go after certain individuals who have large followings. Meaning it's a scary thing that you have to know that you're being watched by the politicians. Because it's a true thing. Then you have the most beautiful women in the world, so they think. So they think, y'all. This is the key word. They think that they're beautiful when they're not. They're ugly as crap. Attempting to interject in the NFT community, an up-and-coming experience to create an income so the wrong people have money. What happens when the wrong people have money? The poor people suffer, meaning the Kardashians do not give any money to charity. When you have money, you give to charity. It is a standard of care. Instead, what the Kardashians do is they take their clothing that they spent way too much money on, or they got for free, and they auction it off to some other poor person. So the poor people are then again feeding the rich people more money. You've got them all in a clan of NFT chasers, trying to be the queen of NFT. Knowing that Gary Vaynerchuk is the king of NFT, let's get real here. He has talked the most about it. He's done most of the work around it. And they want to be his king to the queen. I'm the queen. Heart confirms. Meaning I have not purchased a lot of NFTs. I didn't even buy a VeeFriend on a specific reason that I thought I deserved one for free. Before he unleashed VeeFriends, he looked in the camera and he said to me, he said, "We're about to release it." It was the scariest thing of my life, and I'm thinking to myself, what do I have at stake? What in the hell would make me feel like this, and what do I have at stake? But I held space for it. Meanwhile, the vultures vultured around, everybody trying to get a piece of Gary V. Then there was the ones who were attempting to put his work down as if it wasn't art, Christy. You should have seen the display. A world transformative experience where now we've got money mongrels wearing bikinis, unprofessionalism, flirting with whoever they can get their hands on in attempts to make them think they're the queen of NFT. I can't even imagine what kind of conversations that hoe was having with people. Disrespectful to the elderly people, to the children who were at these invitationals, and then schmoozing over some of the worst, which was actually quite appropriate because now you can sniff those out. Just to let everyone know that everyone has been undercover. I can only assume that the V list was a private list, watching my video content, sending out private emails on what to watch out for, what to be careful of. And jobs were given to certain individuals who were up to good and better things for this world and this country. Who's going to go talk to her now? Cameras. Where is she at? Cameras. You go talk to her, she's over there. See how she'll react. See what she's like in real life. I'm like, really? Meanwhile, money mongrel going all over the place. VeeCon is the next Comic-Con. Think on that one. I told y'all in the beginning. VeeCon is the next Comic-Con. And I told you all in a premonition that it was a con. VeeCon, didn't I? I made 88 videos in 2 days. And I felt like I needed to make more, but you interrupted me in the process. Not only that, I documented in action form of what my work is while watching a seminar. I showed you readings as they came through of what I used to do in the bed along your videos. Meaning, I don't know if you got those readings before. I put them in the Discord of communicating to, practicing the telepathic experience. Boop, 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 boop. It used to come in such a rate of fast, like gunshots. Boop, 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 boop. Push it out, 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 push it out. I'm like, oh my God, can I just stop shaking? afraid to go to sleep at night. To the point where these money mongrels are in attempts to steal everything that I worked for. Not just that, but to destroy humanity as we know it. To make them the queens of the universe, to be able to control the masses, which then controls the government. Not even American citizens. They're not even American citizens. They don't have intelligent brains in there. They don't even have an education. If you went to pharmacy school, you are not a doctor. You are a pill counter. Didn't even graduate from pharmacy school, knows nothing about it. Except how to make elixirs that will put you under the table so they then can pretend to be me and attempt to rape you. Never in my life have I seen your face look like that. Never in my whole life have I ever seen your face look like that. Now, let's take a different level and look at Gary Vaynerchuk's, as important as his reputation is to him. And then please go take a look at Monovan's videos of how she's representing the king of NFTs. And a man that has 2 children, who's going through a divorce, and who has 2 respectable parents who would never allow that. Self-centered, psychotic. Now, we need to get to the bottom of how the contract worked. Meaning, my inkling is that there were 2 layers of the contracts of some sort. Attempting to get a little deeper in it or something. Totally destroying the reputation of the Cannes Festival. I can promise you that. Paris. That's hot. Okay, we are a sophisticated business here. Meaning there's meaning behind these characters. Not some dance, let's worship Paris, which is a direct reflection of what's actually going on in the NFT community. It is bizarro to me that you would even purchase a Paris Hilton NFT. She's a fucking shitty ass DJ too. Because I know some really good DJs. And I wondered if I knew you. And I wondered if you knew her. Because I didn't think or know or whatever. Why would they want to kill me? Because that was their ultimate goal, I would say. In the beginning, I would say. Because they knew they weren't going to be able to kill me now. Now what are we going to do with her? To kill me means that they would have won. Meaning nobody else is talking like this. Y'all are so fucking dumb. You will literally come onto this page and post dumb shit. So instead, they came up with an idea to destroy me by killing my heart, which is Gary Vaynerchuk. By sleeping with him. And enjoyed the process of watching me cry about it. A woman who channels God, a woman who's clairvoyant, telepathic, a medium that would be able to connect you to the other side of family members or people like Kobe Bryant or Chadwick, or information that we've never been able to access in all of time. And they were attempting to destroy me, which means they were attempting to take God out. Take God out of the equation, and the same people on your podcast talking about God is exactly who I'm talking about. Those of you speaking of Jesus are fucking clueless. Jesus was a man. It was brought on to control the masses through storytelling. Instead of creating real ways of breakthroughs of emotional breakthroughs in relationships, etc., you still used it as a control tactic. Pay me. We are not talking about good people at this time. We are talking about the shitheads that are in the ministry. Have you not seen the youngsters traveling over to other countries and getting worshiped? Not Jesus, as they proclaim to be videotaping themselves as if they're representing Jesus. No, they're actually loving the worship, which is exactly what Obama liked. I'm not exactly sure how much more information you actually need on this. The evidence is in the videos. The evidence is in the fact that you cannot pay your bills because of them. People are evil and they have demons attached to them. A demon. Demons are real, and the pain in your legs and your back and etc. is often caused by these demons. And I'm not talking about my demons. No, I'm talking about the demon that comes from some other place. It can attach to you, and then it can also grow within you. Which is what you see on the internet with the attractive people. Because they know that you like beauty. Because you don't understand how it all works. That is a fact. Meaning everything in religion is made up. I'm telling you right now, everything in your religion is made up by a human being. Everything is made up by a human being. It's a tough one to swallow, isn't it? And now you're going to boo-hoo cry. Whoa! Instead of do something about it, and then you'll continue to go to church every Sunday and fake it till you make it. And watch those fucking gnarly ass hoes on TikTok and worship them. Oh, but she's so nice. That's their vibration. And then add a little burning sensation in your chest. Something doesn't feel quite right as she looks so kindly into your face. I did my duty. How'd y'all feel after VCon when I was in the room with Pharrell? I mean, I literally was dying in there. Something happened while I was in there. Something very scary for all of us, I would assume. A battle of some sort. And guess who still won? I literally almost jumped out of my chair and ran out of there. So you remember that next time you watch that video of Gary Vaynerchuk disrespecting his sister and his parents as he kisses her in front of everyone, just like he kissed his father in a very similar video. The evidence is in what the mother says. This is my love. And the evidence is in what the father says, because he didn't want to do it either. And the evidence is in how his sister cried. And that one has 1.1 million followers. A global catastrophe waiting to happen. And if I wouldn't have continued on and kept going and loving on Gary, even though he was evil as shit to me, then that would be your next leader. That would be the end of the world. And the end of Gary Vaynerchuk. And the end of those two children. And the end of VeeFriends and the way that you know it could and is. And that's my podcast for today. And there's more. Lots more, actually, of trauma and all kinds of stuff. Why do I tell you stories? Is I'm trying to get you to wake up, to start really asking the right questions for yourselves. Meaning, I'm not talking to you like they talk to you. Bring value? Well, this is extremely valuable. Telling you my story tells you what you're actually going through. Meaning now you have an awareness game that you get to play. It's not always you. It's them, but then it becomes you because now you need to take action. For example, I'm very aware that that's a lie. Now I got to take action on it. Meaning I wanted to walk away from the relationship and say, see ya. Because that's what I normally do in a relationship, because I know that there's always someone out there that's waiting for me to be in love with them. But instead, I posted all over my page factual evidence to expose her. She literally gave me all the tools, and I've been working on that project, which is a whole nother story about how I can read your TikTok page. I could read people's TikTok pages and give you readings on their nasty and their horror of who they are. Okay? We have a diary, her diary, by the way. She likes to journal. I was sidetracked. What was I going to say? I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. There's a lot. There's Black Lives Matter stuff. There's politics. Ooh, there's a woodpecker that just flew by. There's witchcraft. There's global stuff. There's politics in every country. There's homelessness. There's the way that we react to each other on the street now, all stemming from the internet. It's like the awareness game of who we are and our surroundings, and then finding the tools to battle the energy and win this game. The first step is, it's like just like in the stages of like finding you're an alcoholic, admitting the truth. In this case, it's admitting the truth for yourself, see the truth, and then you start removing the rocks. This is all Baptiste yoga stuff. Removing the rocks, and then finding tools. Look, listen, give tools. It's like so much. What? I don't know why. God, I don't know why he always has to talk so loud. He talks so loud, it's like up in here. Da, 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 da. It's like, because I don't want, he's like, he knows I don't want to do this. Meaning, the old way, I will tell you this real fast, so this is going to take forever for this to download. Back porch. I used to spend a lot of time on the back porch back here, which you would have seen a lot in the videos that I would have made. And I used to, when I get high, I can take this to a whole nother dimension. Back then, though, there wasn't the prominence, the lights were off, meaning people weren't coming over to the house like they were. And so God would step in, me and him would hang out. And on occasion, he would allow it to happen. And a few times it's almost like I'm still in my body, but I know that it's not me speaking. And God knows that makes me uncomfortable. So he has figured out a way to converse through me and utilizing my experience of still being in my body. Does that make sense? It's actually a easy experience. It's not hard. It's not that hard. It's not hard at all, actually. I like it, actually, God. Because there's actually been videos where I've posted that when I look at the videos, I will tell you that that's not me, that's God. Meaning he's dancing, or he's doing that thing. And so I do believe there will be times in the future where that will progress more. And it's fun for me. I love hanging out with him. I love having him around. I love everything about him. He makes me laugh. He makes me happy. He makes me want to do different things. He makes me want to go places. He makes me want to be adventurous. He protects me. It's just, this is such volume of energy movement that there's like a teapot, and I'm the teapot. The energy had to shift somewhere and through something. And that was me. And I did tell you I would do whatever it took for you, God. But that's for another time. Thank you for watching my podcast. We're still working through some things, like someone just stabbed me in the throat. It's like from inside. It's so bizarre. It's hard to explain. Okay, let's do a little bit of a little work here. I love this thing. I'm so glad I bought it. Oh, I always do it backwards. I think I'll actually go make a TikTok on this.